The heat death of the universe. It sort of reminds me of four animals. Only few people will get this. A duck, an alligator, a turtle, and a cat. Just kidding, there's no joke here. One day I was thinking about the current theories about the end of the universe like a normal person. The weight of being self-aware can weigh heavy on the head. Like, existence is strange. I guess I went into an existential rabbit hole. At the moment, we have four current theories based on what we know so far to make predictions about the future of our universe. The first one is Big Rip. It was discovered in 1998 that the expansion of the universe used to accelerate at a slower rate, meaning it's been increasing. The reason why is a thing called dark energy, which we only know about because of its effects on the universe's expansion. So what if dark energy continues to increase the universe's expansion until everything down to atoms and quarks are ripped apart? Which sounds brutal. Good luck to the ones living through that. The Big Crunch is basically the collective matter and dark matter in the universe is big enough to stop the expansion of the universe, pulling everything back towards a single point. Every celestial body will collide and become very dense. When that happens, it will lead to the Big Bounce. If all the matter in the universe collapses to a single point, it will explode and expand, bringing us to the reboot of the universe, and the cycle repeats. This could explain the Big Bang. Jeez, a lot of big words. Is there an end? Hopefully not. Is there a beginning? Cannot compute. If the Big Crunch and the Big Bounce predictions are both correct, then things don't seem bleak. This is just another iteration of the universe standing upon the shoulders of past iterations, like waves washing away the imprints on its sandy beach for nature to paint on a clear canvas once more. This next one, we go out like G's. Vacuum decay. And take a shot for every time I say vacuum. On second thought, don't do that. This one requires a deeper layer of understanding, but I'll try my best. As always, I'm not an expert, just someone who finds this very stimulating, so feel free to look at my sources to fact check me or to learn more. So you have the Higgs field, which you could think of as a field of energy passing through our universe, varying in strength based on its potential. This is more of a demonstration, but here, the higher up this Higgs potential is, the more energy it has to release. This potential determines whether the universe is in a true vacuum or a false vacuum. A true vacuum is a stable, lowest energy state, as if it's sitting on a floor. A false vacuum is like sitting snug in a shallow hole on a valley wall, but any push could send the universe in an active decaying state, releasing its potential energy as it hurtles towards a lower energy state. A universe in a false vacuum state is called metastable for that reason. It's not active, but it's not stable either, like in a true vacuum. In a metastable universe, there are two things to worry about. If you can create a high enough energy event to push a bit of the universe's region from a false vacuum into a true vacuum, it'll create a bubble of true vacuum expanding in all directions at the speed of light. You can imagine it will be deadly. The other thing is that a particle can burrow through a barrier between two regions, and the same can be said about the vacuum state. So what if through random quantum fluctuations, the universe could find part of itself in a true vacuum once again, being deadly for the universe as a whole? Observations indicate that we are in a metastable universe, so this is brought up as a possible problem. The chances of this happening are very slim, as the lifetime of a metastable universe is predicted to be longer than the age of our universe, which is 13.7 billion years. Okay. The last prediction, which seems more reasonable to me because I'm biased towards it, maybe. So the state of the universe as we know it will flow towards equilibrium. As far as we know, the universe itself seems to be in an isolated system, meaning it's so far removed from other systems that it doesn't interact with them, or it's a thermodynamic system enclosed by immovable walls which neither mass or energy can pass. For the purpose of this video, we're sticking with the latter, no need to further complicate things. No energy or mass can pass through the walls of an isolated system. We have two others. A closed system, which only the exchange of energy can pass through selective walls. I say selective walls because you can arbitrarily draw the line somewhere to make a system. You can make a stove with a pot full of water a system, and its surroundings could be the kitchen itself, or extend things to the universe itself. As long as the system you make fits the definition, I think it's fair game. Lastly, we have an open system, which both energy and mass can enter and exit from its surroundings. Going back to the stove with a pot full of water example, turning the stove on will cause heat and water vapor to escape the pot, making it an open system. You could always pour more water to refill it and keep the cycle going. Putting some sort of sturdy lid on top of the pot will stop matter such as water vapor from escaping and entering, but energy, thermal energy, will come and go no problem. This is what a closed system is. The reason why I say our universe seems to be an isolated system, because we don't have evidence of anything outside the universe flowing into our universe to keep things fresh. If that is the case and we're stuck with the mass and energy this universe started with, then after an inconceivably long time, everything points to energy being so evenly distributed that nothing can happen. The last star will form, the last planet will go dark, even black holes due to Hawking radiation will cease to be. If life is still around during the late stages of the universe's heat death, I can imagine them huddled around the gasping breaths of white dwarves to power the remains of once legendary civilizations. These white dwarves are the still smoldering cores of long-dead stars. They aren't as luminous, but they are still very hot and will remain that way for a very long time. That thermal energy it radiates can be repurposed before the core eventually cools down and crystallizes. These species could be from one planet of origin or the combined might of every advanced civilization in their local group. And no, even this far into the future when things are desperate, nobody's eating bugs. They wonder if there are others out there surviving like them, but due to the vast distance between galaxies, they might as well be the last species left. Having passed the barriers of their communication, they collectively wonder what life was like for their ancestors. The warm sun, gentle breeze, a varied and diverse interconnected ecosystem. But yeah, it wasn't all good. Their ancestors have done terrible things, and they must have thought, are we going to get through this? It was scary times, but they managed. Despite the triumphant ups and regrettable downs, everything led to this moment. Standing here on common ground, with both among themselves and the universe. The universe as we know it will become unchanging, dark, and cold. Even something as grand as the universe itself can't escape the mortality we all deal with. So, what do we do with this information? Not that matters in the end, so go nuts now? Nah, calm down. Everything that I know so far seems to point to the universe being indifferent to existence itself. One thing led to another. The temperature of the universe cooled down. Old stars that formed heavier elements in their cores exploded, releasing new elements into cosmic dust clouds. Oh hey, there's Earth. And it's just at the right distance from its star to support life. Who knows if there are others out there like us, on their own isolated planet island. But I believe eventually time will tell. Existence appears to come about because it can and it will. Now here we are trying to apply meaning where there isn't, and that's a good thing in my honest opinion. Sure, there are people who interpret innocuous things in unhealthy ways, but we have the power to give the universe a story. Yeah, maybe the universe is indifferent to existence, but it led to us, and we care. We're living in a period of the universe where there is so much potential for new happenings. Stars are still forming, hosting planets with seemingly limitless possibilities. Yeah, sure, there is possibly bitter coldness ahead, but things are too bright right now for me to concern myself with that. Lots of untapped potential that needs discovering, both cosmic and personal, you know? Do what you can and live your best life with whatever hand you were dealt. Anyways, I gotta go. Be nice to one another and take care.